I've parked the car in Marlborough and I've got the bus up to Ogbourne St George, where I've just alighted.
Ogbourne St George, just got off that bus and I'm going to try and find the old railway track bed now from here. This is the old road, the original road, and the station was up around the corner somewhere. I know it's all gone now, but I'm trying to hope I can find the railway track back to Marlborough. That's the new road above it, the realigned road. I understand when the railway closed, they realigned the road because it was a bit of a bottleneck, so we'll have to see. The road originally passed under the railway, then turned sharp left on the other side, which caused the bottleneck. I'm going to pick up the old track bed now and walk down towards Marlborough. There's a station at the top and see the old line. Looks like it's here. This is the right direction anyway. Oh, lovely day for a walk. Which I just confirmed it's up here on the bend somewhere. Pick that up and go all the way back to Marlborough, where I've left my car. I've got about 3 hours to do it. Should be all right. And then go back home from there. The lovely big herd of cows over there. I'm not on the track bed yet. I'm just approaching it. Beautiful poppies over there in the corner. I'm almost to the track now. I can see it just ahead of me. There we go. Right turn. So the track must have gone ahead of me, straight through there, to the way of the trees, round to the station. I'm heading the other way. Here, it should be round to the left there. There we go. Now I'm on the track bed now, so a bit up and down, that shouldn't be right. Obviously modified it a little bit. After this little slope here, I should be genuine railway track. More poppies and some wild oats. There's a lot of poppies about this year. I haven't seen them for years, but there's several fields that were completely red. And the advantage of walking railway tracks is that they're pretty level going. And this one's nicely made up with a hard surface, so ideal and lovely weather too, not a cloud in the sky. Just there's the first bit of railway fencing I've seen. It's unusual that it hasn't survived. It's only an occasional piece of it. Lovely dog roses in the hedgerow. The line itself was basically a single track. They just doubled it up in the wartime. This year we've had quite a job of rain, so it's good growing weather now. Everything's in full bloom. I'll continue on. Lovely shaded walk. It's just a job for a hot day. Getting into a bit of a cutting now. I know there are cuttings and embankments on this line, but it's difficult to see them from the main road because at the moment I'm quite a long way from the road. It gets a bit closer later on, and then it veers off to the left and does a big circle into Marlborough. Another railway post. I think this was certainly by the width of the track. There was a double track up here. I think they made it single occasionally, depending on the needs and the years and the efforts. The war effort made it double track to get troop trains down. Well, I'm not on the railway track at the moment. I'm on the right of it. There's a bridge. I thought there was a bit of a dip here. I thought, well, something odd about this. And there's the reason. They're taking the top off the bridge. There we are, Marlborough 3.5 miles. Right, well I think I'm back on the track bed now. I'm on an embankment. That was a little detour there to avoid that bridge. With me? Right.
Hi.
Main road is right over there now, quite a long way from it. This was clearly a field crossing for a farm through that side and then out there. Not used much nowadays. What's this? A bit unusual. Have a look inside. Interesting. Must have been a railway building. Maybe a plate layers hut. Yeah, it's definitely on railway property, so it's very big for a plate layers hut. It's obviously a restroom or some sort of fireplace in there, and I suspect there was probably a toilet there as well. 2 bees on there, bumblebees. Oh, could be honeybees. Yeah, I think they're honeybees. One minute I'm in a cutting and I'm on an embankment. The ground undulates around here a lot, so it's I knew it would be like that. Quite high embankment there, but I think there's a big cutting further on. Got the car parked until 3:30, which should be plenty of time to get back. Come out on top of the hill where the old station was, which I'd be interested to see where that entrance is because I couldn't find it one day from the other end. Getting a bit closer to the road again now. It does get fairly close further on. They certainly grow wild oats here. I remember then that years and years of roguing, as they called it, pulling them out, walking through the fields, always hot weather too. A seat, I spy a seat. I've been looking for somewhere to sit down and have lunch. This will be it. Lovely canopy of bushes here. It's only hawthorn, but it makes it very pretty to walk and shady too. Getting closer to the road all the time. This bit of track is dead straight as far as I can see from where I've come from. I know it bends around when we get near Marlborough because it has to get around the hills. Ash trees and more elderberry flowers. There's all sorts here. It's really, really gorgeous. Back on the embankment now. Track appears to be going very slightly uphill. Maybe in my imagination, it doesn't feel like uphill, but there we are. I don't know. Try and find out. Well, this is a bit of an artificial hump or a dip. Not sure what's happened here. Been built up, I would think. Yeah, there's another detour. The track beds up on my left there. For some reason we dropped down, presumably where this crossing is ahead of me. Must be would have been a bridge here, but that's gone. Yeah. Completely gone. That'll go back to the main road, only just 100 yards away, and I go straight on. They're in the thistle country. Look at them. More cyclists coming down. I passed 4 now. For a long time I didn't pass anybody. Now suddenly there's an influx down in the cutting. I knew there was a cutting here. I could see it from the road. There's a pipe running down that fence line. I have no idea what that is. Well, that pipe's disappeared. I guess it must have come from this farm. Maybe a water supply or something. Oh, I'm bending the track at last. Whether it's real or artificial, I don't know. No, that looks like it might have been realigned a little bit. The road now, it's better close as it gets. I think that's Ogbourne St there, or St Giles, one of them. The ash trees there waving in the breeze. On we go. I think the track is up on the right there, on the left. Well, I don't know though. It looks like an embankment now. I think we've come off it again. Diversion, it's obviously to meet this road down here. Yeah, it's like diversion here. Oh, lovely house. Bolton Down Farm. Rather nice. We go this way now. A couple of horses coming now. First horses I've seen. I've passed about 10 bikes, I think. Well, all gone the other way. Now this section has turned into a bit of a road. Cars can get into access to the garages and back to the houses here. Lovely field of oats out there. How many oats grow nowadays? I did understand they're all grown for Quaker under contract. Seems to be climbing now. It's quite a high embankment we're on. All that, either that or the road dropped away. Very close to the road now on the right. Getting further from the road now. I know the track bed bends away, well away from the road. Eventually we should cross a minor road and a river before going under the A4. What's this bit of railing here for? Is it a bridge? Yes, it is a bridge. Very high up, very high embankment now. On the right anyway. Yeah. Using it for old bales and silage. Well, once again I'm in a very deep cutting. Both sides. Just see the outskirts of Marlborough up there on the hill. So I'm getting close. And over there is the Marlborough golf course. Oats everywhere. I've been walking past oats for half a mile now. I mean, somebody's growing a lot of oats, they really are. So I'm approaching another bridge. The last one didn't go anywhere on the left at all. Let's see what this one does. This one doesn't go anywhere either side. There's no sign of a track down that side. Well made bridge though. Looking back towards the golf course over there and the road on the hill there. It's very pretty again. Completely overhanging with trees. It's the first bridge I've seen intact. Not sure what it carries, just a road or a track or something, but at least it's still there. And a very deep cutting now too, and the track bends away to the left. Yes, that's a lovely bridge. Unexpected. I know there are some roads and tracks that went over the railway, but it looks to me as if there are trees growing out of it. I don't know, it doesn't look very used. These are a bit strange. It says 1, 2, 3. They've all got different patterns on them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I can see. Unusual. There's a road down there on the left and there's a bridge ahead, so it looks like it might be a proper bridge with a road under it. Yeah, there's the road, very high up. Very high up. Only a lane. Those two Cabley down there. Don't know where Cabley is actually. Looks like Cabley. Might be something else. Cabley? Not sure. There's the remains of a straining. Well, a strainer for a telegraph post, I should think. That looks like it might be railway associated. Another bridge now. I remember that between the bridge, this one and the previous one, there was a very deep cutting all the way. That lady and the dog is carrying a stick that must be 5 foot across in his mouth. It's a big stick too. Yeah, that's a nice bridge, better one than the previous one. It's on a slight curve in the road, and also got a footpath walkway up here above it. Coming around Marlborough now. Should cross the river and under the A4 soon. Well, there's steps down off the embankment now, and there's the river down there on the bottom. I didn't realise the embankment is so high over the river as it is. I mean, it must be over 10 metres above it. I'll alter that on my route. Those leaves are interesting. When they've curled back with the wind, they've almost mauve on the undersides. There's a maple leaf of some sort. A second river crossing here. This is equally high. Between the two rivers, the embankment is extremely high. Look at it the other way, downstream, and disappears from view. At this point, at the width of that bridge, I hardly thought they had room for 2 tracks. Maybe a single track at this point. Another bridge, it's a road bridge this time. It goes to an estate, I should think. Looking back towards Marlborough. I've left the cycleway now, and this is heading towards Marlborough. It says 1 mile. It should come round to where the station was, which is now a housing estate. I'm interested to find out where it comes in, because I looked for it once and couldn't find it. This is what I've been looking for. This is the bridge that carries the A4 down to Marlborough. So we go under this and curls around towards the station. Interesting underside this bridge, it looks as if it's been reinforced with RSJs. Obviously the traffic was too heavy for it. I don't think the track would have gone uphill like that either. I'll have to check this on the map, but this is very steep for a railway line. Something's been changed here. Still going up.
This was virtually the end of my journey. As far as I can go. See the track there comes around under the A4 through a deep cutting, maintains its level and comes into the station, which is a long way above the centre of the town. But I don't know what they've done to the track bed, because it's too steep, much too steep. There's not even room under the bridge to get a train under it, let alone the gradient. So that's about all I can review on this video. End of story, end of line.